Need to be unpredictable. In our society, people have the need to control the beautiful woman. It's just something that men do, women do. Anyone who sees that, they will always try to control the beautiful woman. When you are predictable, people can always assume your next move, and that will give them control over you. If they know what your next plan or your next, the next thing you have in mind, they're always able to control you because they know how to figure you out. You need to turn the tables and be deliberately unpredictable. When you do things that have no rhyme or reason and they just don't make sense, you will take your power back. And honestly, you will even put fear into people. And I noticed this every time that I have won a battle, it was always because I did the unpredictable thing. I used to be someone that I like structure, I like routines, but I noticed that people kind of preyed on that because it was like, oh, well, we always know what she's gonna do, and even look at yourself. Like, have you ever noticed that people are able to kind of like, they say like finish your sentence? Like, no, they're able to plan your next move because you're always doing that thing, or you're always doing that type of, like, just, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you know what I'm saying. I don't have to go any further on that. But anyways, like I was saying, I noticed that every time I've won, whatever situation I'm going in, when someone's opposing me, it's always because I did what no one expected. Um, when you're unable to figure out, when you are unpredictable, you will disorient your enemy. Like, it will give them so much stress and anxiety because they have no idea what you're doing. They're going to be like, what is going on in this girl's head? You need to learn how to take calculated L's. And what do I mean by calculated L's? You know the saying, sometimes you have to lose the battle to win the war? It's true. Throwing a fight or a match, it will give you unpredictability. It will make it will make you look dumb, stupid, lazy, whatever the case may be to your enemy. But when that happens, it works to your benefit because your enemy is going to start to feel like superior to you. They're going to feel like they're smarter than you. They're going to feel like they have everything figured out. And by throwing a fight, throwing a match, throwing whatever little battle you're facing, it will give you the time and the space to really implement your real plan. You should use taking a calculated L as a Trojan horse. Like, face value, allow yourself, I have a video and it's talking about smart women play dumb. And this goes a little bit more into that. You want people to underestimate you because when they do, you're able to move quicker and without suspicion. Like, when people think they have one up on you, when they think that they have your next plan, they're not, how do I say this? When people think they have you figured out, they don't put much more thought into you because they think they have you figured out. When people can anticipate your move, you will be controlled. When people cannot anticipate your next move, it will literally drive them insane and they will become consumed by the very thought of you. Like, you will be on their mind day and night. They're gonna literally be like, what is going on? Why is she doing this? Like, if I was her, I wouldn't have done that. Like, you will literally be renting, not even renting space, baby. You will own a penthouse in their brain because they have no idea what you're doing. So they're thinking about you day and night. This channel is called Main Character Forever. And if you want to be the main character, you need to be bold. You need to take risk and you need to be capricious. Like, there should never be a time where people know exactly what you're going to do unless that is what you want. Humans, we really love habits and predictability, and nothing is more terrifying than something we can't plan for. Like, think about like a tornado or, what is the other word? Like tsunamis and stuff like that. Those things are terrifying because they happen at the drop of a dime. Like you don't know when it's going to happen. And if you live in these certain areas, like it's almost like it's always in the back of your mind, like, oh my gosh, this can happen at any moment. And then that's where that fear comes in. That's when people will really start to fear you because they're like, you're an enigma. You are literally an enigma. You know, some people hunt. That's not really my thing. I'm not a fan of that. But the reason why people can hunt for sport and they can have all these, big trophies of all these different animals they kill is because, like, animals, they're creatures of habit. So do you see what I mean by if you are predictable, that people can control you? The same way people can kill animals because they're creatures of habit, essentially that's what can happen in your daily life. If you are someone that is always predictable, people can plot against you, people can destroy you because you make it that easy for them. I don't want you ladies to ever become anyone's prey, ever. You need to learn how to strike without warning and make unpredictability a part of your personality. Like, I'm not telling you to be erratic or, just downright off the walls insane, but the same way I've told you, learn how to take calculated L's, learn how to use unpredictability to your advantage. Like, make that a part of you. I feel like this is so contrary to what people say, but you should never strive to be understood, because once people understand you, they can overcome you. They know exactly how to control you once they understand you. They know what makes you tick, what makes you trigger. They know everything. That is not something a main character should ever experience. The only person who should understand you is you. That is it. The only person who needs to understand you is you. You should be the only one that knows your triggers. You should be the only one that knows how to get you, your mind in a spin and what gets you going and what makes you not, You are the only person that should know that, because if that's the case, then you are the only person that can control you. If you are under-resourced, if you are outnumbered, if you're facing an enemy, if you're facing a battle, if you're facing something really difficult in your life, then using the strategy of unpredictability will give you your victory. It will literally give you your victory. I'm not even joking, ladies, when I tell you, in the past few months, I've really been researching and, doing a lot of deep diving into different battles and different things that go on in the world and even within myself. And every time the underdog uses unpredictability, they literally will throw off their opponents so much that they overcome what should have been a complete destruction of them. I think it was Pablo Picasso. I'm pretty sure it was him, but he said the best calculation is the absence of calculation. You're better off acting capriciously. There is something that is so terrifying about someone you don't understand and you don't know what their next move is. You will literally always be on your toes because you're like, I can't even plan anything because I have no idea what they're doing. And that's the air that you want to give off. That's the personality you want to have. When you're unpredictable, you become more interesting. People will spend their time talking about you. They're going to spend their time researching about you and even thinking about you. Like I said, when you're someone people can't understand, you will literally have a penthouse in their brain because they're trying to understand you day in and day out. When you're predictable, you will no longer be the main character. You will just become an extra in someone else's life. And that's not what I want you ladies to be. The only time predictability is acceptable is it's when you're using it as a mask, and it's when you already have your true plan at play. I just want you ladies, this is definitely something different, but I want you ladies to know that using predictability is useful, and it allows you using predictability is useful, and it allows for when you do something unpredictable to seem much more devastating than if not. If you do something that's not expected, that's no one else would ever calculate, you will almost have like an air of being bigger than who you are, because it's like, why would you do that? How are you that bold to even think to do that? So there goes the, them thinking about you day in and day out, but it also gives you a bigger air of yourself, and like I said, it instills fear in people. It instills something, and they realize, I cannot play around with this girl because I don't know what she's gonna do if I do. You know what I mean? You want people to think that, and you want people to really believe that. Nobody should be playing with your time. You know that saying, F around and find out? That is what you're going to put in people when you have an unpredictable move. They're gonna realize, I cannot mess around with this girl because I don't know what she's going to do as a result of it. I love you, ladies, and I will talk to you soon.